Here's a look at your daily market report on this Thursday, the 23rd day of January. After the unbelievably higher trade yesterday on the livestock futures markets, at midday, those climbs are continuing today. Cash prices at the sale barns around the state unevenly steady. Springfield Livestock Marketing Center on Wednesday, they had 921 head. Steers there were steady or uneven from 8 lower to 3 higher. The heifers were steady to $5 higher. At Farmington Regional Stockyards, they had 683 head. Feeder steers and heifers there were 7 to 16 higher, except for some 6-weight heifers that trade 5 lower. Then at South Central Regional Stockyards in Vienna, they had 1,462 head. The steers were mostly steady, although some near 500 pounds trade up to $5 higher. The heifers under 5 1/4 were down $3 to $10 from last week's highs. Heavier weight heifers over 5 1/4 mostly steady. At Windsor Livestock Auction, they had 1,922 head. The majority of the steers there were $10 to $15 higher, although the midweights weighing 5 1/2 to 6 1/4 were mostly steady. Heifers under 500 pounds sold $5 to $10 higher. The 5 to 6 weights, they were $5 to $10 lower than the highs from last week, and the heavyweight heifers over 600 pounds steady to 5 higher. The feeder steers in Windsor, medium and large ones, 4 to 5 weights at $365 to $409, 5 to 6 weights at $333 to $397, 6 to 7 weights $297 to $333, 7 to 8 weights at $269 to $297. The heaviers over 700 pounds not well tested this week. On the heifer side, the medium and large ones, 400 to 500 pounds at $330 to $367, 5 to 6 weights at $276.5 to $340, 6 to 7 weight heifers at $272 to $293, with 40 head of heifers averaging 658 pounds, tagged as fancy, $296 1/4, some 7 to 8 weights at $253 to $271. Box beef cutout values at midday. Choice is down 50 cents at $331.52. Select at $317.93, down 6 cents. Those values based on 91 loads of cuts, trimmings, and grinds, and the Choice Select spread setting at $13.59. Negotiated feedlot trade for the week still creeping along. Managed to add a few more sales to the confirmed sell list this week, up to about 9,000 head. Still, the trade not really established any kind of a trend so far this week. Texas reported about 1,400 head so far, all at 202. Kansas has reported about 5,500 head at 201 to 202. Trade in Iowa's only totaled about 600 head so far, 205 to 206 live, dressed at 320. In Nebraska, they've only reported about 400 head, 205 on the live side, and 320 to 322 dressed. Taking a look now at those futures markets on the live cattle side, February at an all-time record high for the nearby live cattle contract, 201.20. That's up $1.15 at midday. April's at $200.72, up 95. June at $195.90, up $1. Feeder cattle for January, $277.35, up 30. March at $274.20, up $1.12. April, $272.45, up $1.15. Lean hogs for February, $82.12, up 65. April, $87.50, up 22. And May at $92.22, up 22. On the board of trade at midday, corn contracts 7 to 8.5 higher. March at $492.5, May at $502.5, July $503.5. Soybeans are 13 to 13.5 higher. March at $10.69, May at $10.81.25, July at $10.92.25. Wheat contracts are 2 to 3 1/4 higher. March at $5.56 3/4, May at $5.71, July at $5.81.5. Soybean meal for March up $2.20 a ton at $318 even. Soybean oil for March, $45.08 a hundredweight. That's up 66 cents. With the Missouri Department of Agriculture, that's your daily market report. This is Tony Hancock.